Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is for the ECWA Unified Heavyweight Championship. We have two referees, John Finnegan and Mike Keener.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. This is certainly a night about tag team wrestling. But you cannot forget the most important prize in this great organization. Throughout its 45-year history has certainly been the prestige of the company's ECWA, now unified, heavyweight championship. And due to the controversy, which to me was not controversy to begin with, until propaganda was created by the now challenger, that we're about to see in just a moment. There you see the personal ring announcer, Anthony Chico, bringing out Greek god Papadon, who claims he did not really lose the ECWA Championship. 560 days, he reigned with that crown, a championship reign unprecedented over the past 15 years. ECWA's existence and nearly the entire wrestling industry on top of that. Papadon says his arm was raised 3 times, his arm did not drop 3 times. That's a technicality. The arm dropped, it just hit the body of Papadon and not the canvas. But Papadon, ever the politician, exploiting it for everything it's worth and then some, to try to get himself a rematch. Heartkiller Chris Wylde has had a huge run of success. He was the savior, the saving grace in the War Games matchup this past July. Papadon was upset that the spotlight was for once not all on him. Assaulted Wylde after the match just so people would leave the event again talking about Papadon. And a Wylde man, he got revenge in a big way by taking what Papadon holds most dear, that unified championship. And there you see Wylde with both belts that now make up the lineage of ECWA and PWA championship that were unified in that matchup with Papadon. Wylde, a man of the people, but will he be their champion by the end of this matchup? It took a year and a half, over a year and a half, for someone to figure out Papadon. Are we bold enough to think someone can do it twice in a row? A daunting task. Is the champion up to it? Oh, hooray. Can you get on with this? Finals still to come, championship on the line now. But more important matters than Anthony Chico.
2012 ECWA Hall of Fame inductee. He's a former ECWA Atlantic champion.
Come on, start the match! Come on!
From Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing in at 100.
Well, come on now.
I'm the champ! You piece of crap!
Papadon, I'm not sure if he just waited for an opening or if his temper got the best of him. Just looking across the ring and staring as Chris Wylde held that championship
There's a my belt!
that Papadon once coveted. You can hear that
Shut your mouth!
as an A. Take it easy, Papadon. We apologize for the verbiage of Papadon.
Come on!
As you can clearly tell, he is amped up in a mood I have not seen him in my time in ECWA, but Wylde responding with a shot of his own.
You fight for them?
Not going to be bullied, not going to be intimidated.
Goddamn lead!
Papadon just out there right now. So that's a scary move this guy's in. Already, Papadon gets his temper get the best of him. Chris Wylde able to reverse things for a moment. Get the momentum on his side, get Papadon to seek the outside for refuge, and Wylde follows a Hurricane Rana. And you see the momentum took Papadon back into the guardrail. Wylde withstood Papadon's worst in that opening flurry and now begins to unload, but a hard right. I was like, waking Wylde up is a good idea. This is just a down and dirty brawl here. This doesn't even resemble a wrestling contest anymore. This is an absolute fight. That shows you how coveted the championship is and has been to Papadon. It became his identity. He cherished it like it was a child, like it was a loved one. Wylde scaling the top. Has Papadon back where he wants him. Crossbody. This could do it here too, and no. Wylde can knock off Papadon twice in a row. That will be an amazing, amazing feat. That will be Papadon's only 2 losses. Cover 2-0. Papadon's only 2 losses in over 600 days. 600 days. Lost once at 560.
Let's go!
You factor in the days before that title reign started. You factor in the days since that title loss. We're over 600, ladies and gentlemen. That's huge. That's monumental. And Papadon, for reasons like that, is why he's been unbeaten so long. The neck break, the uppercut. Out of nowhere, turning the tide. Getting the cover. And John Finnegan only finds 2.
You're on the goddamn tape. It was a 2. What are you talking about?
Anger and aggression on Papadon right now. Series of sharp kicks, center of the ring. Wylde is hurt. Speaking of hurt, ladies and gentlemen, we understand that Kirby Mack, quick roll up here. And Papadon back with another hard strike. Jackknife pin could have it. We understand Kirby Mack has been taken to a hospital. It is feared that Kirby Mack sustained a very serious neck injury in the course of the previous matchup. I don't want to speculate before we have more information, but hopefully keep you updated in the coming weeks as to his condition. But right now, Papadon certainly worsening the condition of Chris Wylde. Series of elbows, and certainly the key to victory for Papadon, in my estimation. These frequent covers help, but it's got to be to stay out of the submission attempts. of Chris Wylde. It was that Kata Hajime-like maneuver, that Taz mission, that sleeper, whatever you want to call it, that Wylde utilized on Papadon that just knocked the Greek god out. And that arm dropped 3 times. If Wylde can cinch that out again, I think we're going to see Wylde very possibly retain his championship. I know that's a major statement here. Papadon petitioned to get 2 referees involved in this matchup. One is in the ring, one is out of the ring. No one is going to miss a call here. Papadon going high risk, or at least attempting to. Wylde was able to push him off with a counter. Hit the swanton. Nicely done. This could be all deep hook by Wylde for 2. Papadon knows all too well what it's like to have a bullseye in your back as you see the second referee on the outside a moment ago. The Asai DDT by Wylde, standing variation. Gets a near fall. Papadon is kicked out of so much high impact, high profile offense during his tenure as champion. He is the Iron Man. Every night he goes out there. Every man he's beat, from Kakoa to Adam Cole. Oh, check out the power. Caught it midair and driven down. Wylde with a power slam. That'll do it. That'll do it. No. Only matchup left remaining until the K-Cup Finals.
I hate you.
And again, we apologize for Papadon's verbiage as he's very, very upset. But certainly you can't blame him. That championship meant the world to him, and certainly the Super 8 trophy, the Hall of Fame recognition. It's all very, very prestigious. But that ECWA championship lets you know you are the best in this organization. And that title now is in the hands of Chris Wylde, who counters the Papadon chance with a neck breaker, covers it, has it, no. Wylde sensed Papadon coming, but with pinpoint precision was able to shut him down. Okay, executing the count once again. Back and forth shots from their knees. This has been an ugly battle. It does not resemble the sweet science many of our championship matches have been. Papadon, as wrong as he may be in his opinion, feels personally slighted by the outcome of the last matchup these two had, but that's just the breaks. That's how wrestling is. Handful of trunks. Doesn't do Papadon any good. Wylde keeps sticking and moving.
Here we go! Yeah!
Papadon counters with the kidneys. The suplex counter into that submission. That Kata Hajime choked out Papadon this past month. Could do it once again. Papadon pushes back, traps the shoulders of Wylde. Papadon, Wylde's got to let go. Oh, slides the weight to the right, gets the shoulder up. Papadon thinks he outsmarted Wylde, but he's got another thing coming. And John Finnegan explaining it, but again, the frustration of Papadon said again once more. And Wylde is waiting for Papadon into the submission again. Wylde has the ex-champion trapped. Will he tap out, or much like last time, will he pass out? If that arm drops 3 times again, there's no disputing it this time. There's no controversy.
Come on. What do you say? Answer me.
Papadon's fading. John Finnegan cannot get any communication from him. That arm is going limp. Finnegan checks it once, it drops. Wylde's gonna do this. 2 victories over Papadon. No, Wylde did not detect it, but Papadon got his foot on the bottom rope. That ring presence that any great champion will have came into play at the last second. Literally almost the last second. Oh my God, from behind to the back of the head. That famed external occipital protuberance damaged there by Papadon.
I'm sorry.
Papadon barely realized where he is, but he just removed that turnbuckle padding, exposing a steel bolt. Went to slingshot Wylde before Mike Keener could fetch the pad and put it back, but Wylde counters into the DDT. And Papadon down again. Wylde on top. No, couldn't get him. And Wylde getting reminded of the resiliency, the staying power, the endurance of Papadon that has pressed him onward throughout this entire match, throughout this entire title reign, throughout 560 days, until Wylde finally shut Papadon down. And what Papadon must feel is an ultimately humiliating moment. John Finnegan. The referee got caught. I don't believe it was intentional. Papadon was just trying to reverse Wylde's attempts to shoot Papadon into that unprotected steel bolt pile driver. Countered. Backdrop. Wylde may have saved his own title ring. What is Anthony Chico doing on the outside? Man's got a chair. Hey, look, Mike Keener's got Chico. And Papadon elevates Chris Wylde to the outside. And Keener is knocked down. And so is Chico. And we have no law out here. In the ring, I think Finnegan just got it again. Papadon just dropped Finnegan again. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not. It was out of the range of my monitor. But Wylde catches Papadon with the long blower. Wylde has this matchup won. And Wylde couldn't get the 3. Wylde had the 3. He had 10. But there's no official count. And you don't get many chances to pin Papadon. Wylde had one, but the fates were working against him. And Wylde took the scale to the top. He got crotched. Both men are hurt badly here. There's no referee to preside. Papadon going for the superplex. Drilled him hard. The follow through. Papadon loves these combos. It's one in many a title match. But Wylde knows this. Wylde looking to counter. The Hurricane Run into the bolt, but notice Wylde didn't get anywhere near enough that he wanted. And Wylde, I'm not sure if he connected with that bolt or not. Either way, he hit hard into the corner. He may have dodged that bolt and hit the second turnbuckle, but not like that feels good. Papadon has the chair. A Wylde swing and a miss. The super kick. Wylde on top. Keener in the ring. Keener counts 3. Wylde's figured him out twice in a row.
14 minutes, 16 seconds, your winner, and still ECWA Unified Heavyweight Champion, the Heartkiller, Chris Wylde!
Just when you thought Papadon had found a way, just when you thought Papadon had again beaten the odds without any official, Chris Wylde proves he has reached the pinnacle of his career to date, proves that his momentum is unstoppable. A few months ago, it was unprecedented to beat Papadon. Chris Wylde has done it twice. What a man and what a champion. There you see Papadon with no law in sight. Went to the chair, but bit off more than he could chew. A taste of his own medicine. Wylde with a tight hook, and Papadon got a severe dose of karma dealt to it. Chris Wylde victorious, and he earned every bit of it. But who's going to earn the 2012 K-Cup trophy? We will find out in mere moments.